Okay, guys, this is a huge day. And because we got so many healthcare professionals, so many people in the industry, I have our very own Sarah David is going to share some things and tips for all the business owners that's out there and all the business owners that's involved in what we're doing right now. Miss Sarah, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All
Excited
right,
to be
Miss.
here, Nolan. Thank you.
Hey, absolutely. Thank you. This has been a fabulous day. We are killing it. We got tip after tip after tip. If you could tell us what you do first before we get into your interview.
Sure. I do strategic business marketing with a diversity lens. So my background is in as a career counselor, and I like to actually work with business owners in helping them identify ways in which they can be more inclusive leaders. And
Oh,
I'm using LinkedIn to do that.
okay. So here's the thing. You talk about the diversity lens. I have a video production company, so I always tell people I'm using the slimming lens and the beautifying focus because women are always like, "Oh my God, make me look small," right? So I see you have a lens as well. So we're gonna get started rocking and rolling. So we have so many business owners. All of these speakers today are in the health and wellness industry and they're really good at what they do. And I want to help them make their businesses healthy. So, what tips do you have for us on a LinkedIn platform?
Yeah, so that's a perfect segue into making your business healthy. I think having a strong presence on LinkedIn is a way that many business owners don't realize they in their head they think it's just for job seekers, and it really isn't. It was written from that human resources platform perspective. However, if you know how to leverage it the correct way, business owners can really take advantage of that. They can position their brand in a really strong, positive way, and they can actually use it to get connections in whatever business that you're in, whether you're trying to acquire clients, if you're doing network marketing, whatever type of work that you're doing.
Okay. Now, this COVID thing, this virus is not just hurting our bodies, it's hurting our businesses as well. And it's literally hurting the opportunity to create relationships. How do you create relationships with this whole situation?
Well, like everyone else, I'm online. We're all doing this via, streaming services like this on using Zoom. And I would say social media has really become very important when it comes to building and really cultivating those relationships, Nolan. So one of the things I find is really that I'm finding a lot of that people are doing, and you may have experienced too, where people may be spamming you in your inbox, right? So that's really not a good way. Sometimes it's not even real people that might be reaching out. It may be bots or other types of fake profiles. But again, it's really important to make sure that you're positioning yourself. And like I said, the platform of choice that I use is LinkedIn. And there's a way that you can really cultivate some wonderful relationships. I know I personally have done that. Just reached out to people or see someone doing something. You might comment on what they're doing. If they have a win, you share, you like, you comment, and then they will a lot of times respond back to you. And I've had some really great engagements and even business come from doing that with people on LinkedIn.
Okay. Do you have a couple of those tips that you can share with us right now to make those relationships a little bit stronger virtually?
Certainly. So as it relates to the LinkedIn profile, I
Yes.
think it's really important to make sure that people are positioning themselves the right way. So I'm going to talk about things that should happen above the line. And that's right in the very beginning. Whenever someone sees your profile picture, even before they click on your profile, they see your photo and they see what your headline is. So it's really important to make sure that you have a really professional looking headshot, something that's pretty tight so that people can see your face. Some people take the pictures and they're really far away. You can't hardly see their face. And then make sure you have a headline that is really targeted based on who it is you can help. Because whenever I see your headline, I want to know what it is exactly that you can help me with whenever I see that. So
Mhm.
those are the first two things. And then I would say one great thing that LinkedIn does is they give you that huge piece of real estate, which is your banner, that backdrop that you can incorporate a photo, a banner or a picture. Sometimes people will use it. They'll have an example of them speaking somewhere, or they'll do something and they'll put some words in there. So that's a great place. I call it like it's like you're going down the information superhighway and you see this billboard, and that's what your LinkedIn backdrop or your banner is for people online. So those are some really easy ways to really catch someone's attention. And many people don't even have a background on their profile.
Right, right. So I messed up. I'm kind of older, so I took my selfie in the mirror, and my LinkedIn picture is like this. Is that a bad situation? Is what you're saying?
I think
Like
we can.
it's what you see right now in the camera.
No,
It's not my face in here. It's what you see right now.
we can help you. We can get you. We can fix you up with that.
Okay. All right. Well, as you give us a couple of tips, talk to me about what some of the biggest challenges that you guys have.
Yeah, so I would say challenges for me as a business owner has been really feeling like I'm doing all of this by myself. And
Mm,
particularly now we're all in isolation. So many times we're feeling isolated, and entrepreneurs have a really high um, level of depression just because, again, you're already doing things differently than everybody else is anyway. And then you're isolating yourself based on what's going on with COVID. So I think it's really important to make sure that you create a community, just like what you've done, Nolan. You know, you've created a wonderful community of people. People can get together online, whether it's Zoom, pick up the phone, and then just be able to have some one-on-one interaction with people face to face as best we can, screen to screen. So that's been a challenge. So I think, again, making sure you have the perfect communities to help support what you're doing, and so you're not feeling like you're out here by yourself. And then another thing that's really been challenging for me, and of course you don't know this early on when you're an entrepreneur or you are business interested in business, you just want to do the thing that you do, whether that's teach or coach or whatever you do. And no one tells us about all the back headache stuff that we have to deal with, for example, technology and things that we're not experts in, right?
right.
So making
Hence my picture like this. You see what I'm talking about? But go ahead. I'm sorry.
right. So what I have found really challenging is piecing together all the tech. So there's this platform and that platform and all these things, all these 10 different things that I'm a master of none of them, and some of them I don't even want to deal with, and having to figure out how to incorporate those, because you have to use those tools to get your business going, or to
Yes.
to take payments, or to have an email list, or do all these other things. So I have found that to be really challenging and really expensive too. So that's something that, again, I found a great resource that I've actually provided as a gift for your viewers, that they can get a free platform that helps them eliminate all the tech headaches, and it puts everything in one place, one subscription, and not get rid of all that other stuff. So
So you got to share it. What is that? What I'm eager. I want to sign up right now. I want to be the first before everybody rushes the stage. So what is it right
Well,
now?
I actually have the link for. I have a whole gift page of things. Would you like me to
Okay.
share the link? The link
Yes,
with.
we're going to be putting the link right there. But what's oh, I got it. You want to just share the link
Yeah,
and then get the people there. Okay, not a
they get
problem.
everything. They get everything. There's about 7 tools on there for them to use that will
Mm,
eliminate a lot of this stuff we've been talking about.
See, this is why I know guys were thinking at first, well, this is a health summit. We have so many businesses that literally are on this platform. How do we help each other? You're giving us tips for our physical and what you do. And what we want to do as Bio Bootcamp is return the favor with the people that we have that's part of our Justice League. Sarah is definitely part of Justice League. I want to thank you for being a part of that. And we're going to talk about what makes you a part of Justice League in a minute, and that product. But I want people to understand that right now, especially right now, more so than any other time, as she was talking, we're so into this and we're so into that because everybody is quarantining or social distancing. Make the call instead of just, you're not that busy. Make the call because it does help with that connection and the mental health of things to make things feel better, like you have that connection.
Yeah.
Use everything that she's talking about as far as LinkedIn is concerned to attract people, but as much as you can, pick up the phone and make sure you truly make the connection. So when the world opens back up, you got brand new friends. Anything you want to say before we talk about the Justice League part of things? Anything
I
else you want to say?
I think that's an amazing what you just shared. Again, my background is I'm a counselor by profession, so
Mm,
mental health is really important. And I think just like you mentioned, it's just that interaction, whether it's on the phone and you hear somebody else's voice, or you can have connection with them via platforms like we're using, like Zoom or FaceTime or whatever you like.
right. So when you're looking at it, you're a counselor by profession.
Mhm.
I'm just a soulful counselor. Like everybody's crying on my shoulder all the
Uh,
time, and I'm like, there, it's all right, right? But you know what? Everybody's on this stream talking about one powerful product that's changing people's lives. And I want to ask you, Miss Sarah David, are you on the gel?
I am on the gel.
Boom. Tell me your experience about the gel, Miss Sarah.
Yes, so and I actually have it right here. Uh,
Boom.
I've been using this for about maybe 3 weeks now, and initially I wasn't. I was really doing a lot and really being very mindful about my health and my wellness. You know, making sure I do all those great things that we do, get enough rest, hydrate, exercise, and all of that. But I
Mhm.
was still feeling, and I was taking supplements too, so I was really doing really well. But then I thought I was still feeling like, ooh, I'm still getting these little aches and pains, and couldn't figure out what do I need to do next? So I was introduced to the gel by Tony,
Mhm.
and I initially started taking it and wasn't quite sure how I was going to respond, because at first I thought I was feeling like I was getting extra hungry, and
Yes.
I'm always snacking all anyway, but I was thinking, well, maybe it's impacting my appetite in a positive way. Um, but I noticed right away that almost like the first or second night that my sleep was better.
Yes.
So that was what I was really feeling really great about. And I really have really good sleep hygiene as far as, making sure I wind down before going to bed. But I could definitely tell a difference in the quality of sleep. And then, Nolan, one other thing I was noticing too, because what made me think about getting on the gel is because I was having some problems again with my joints. And
Mhm.
I would always sit on my legs, like when I sit in the couch, or I would cross my legs or sit on them. And I was just noticing, like, whoa, I can't, I could do this, but I can't jump up as quickly as I used to.
Right.
So,
Right.
and having a little bit of aches and pains. So when I started using the gel, I noticed, I was like, well, I wonder if this is really working. And I said, well, yeah, it is, because I couldn't have sat like this for all this amount of time and not had a consequence for it. So
Right.
I can tell it's working on my joints, and I was having some pain in my hands as well. That has
Mm.
it has helped alleviate a lot of that too.
So you've only been on 3 weeks. Think
Hmm.
about the longer you're on it, the better it gets. The more results you get because it's a microdose. So the more you're on it, not the more you take, the consistency of it, right? Not so don't put the whole bottle on and just be
Uh-huh.
like, oh, I want to just like it's the consistency of it. And one bottle lasts you 1 month. And so with that, just every month, you're gonna see more and more improvements little by little, and you'll start to look well, you already look amazing. Like
Oh,
you already look like you got the little flowers hanging over. I see the white fur in the back. I feel like we're doing a professional thing right here, right? So you're gonna start to look, feel, and perform better. And just your legs crossed and seeing that's a part of performing better. That's a
yeah.
part of feeling better, right?
Mhm.
And so I'm so thankful that we have great people like you that are on the jail with us, and that's a part of Justice League. I'm very grateful just to have so many people at such a high level that can really understand what it is and appreciate, especially as we get older in our 30s, 40s, and 50s, that we're really trying to make a huge impact. We need all the energy, we
Yes.
need all of the health and wellness, and that's what this whole bio boot camp is about. What can we implement to help improve the habits that we have in our lifestyle? Not a fad, not
Hmm.
something that's just fly by night, but can we do from that standpoint? So I appreciate you sharing that with us, Miss Sarah. Anything you want to say before we go?
I'm just excited to be a part of the Justice League.
Man, I'm glad to have you. You're gonna be like the super news anchor. Every time I see you, you look like this just in, right? So and I want to thank you for all the free gifts that you're giving all of the beautiful people that's watching. Like I said, health and wellness is definitely something that we need to always strive for. But
Mhm.
this virus has really hurt our businesses as well. And if you can find little tips like what Sarah David is saying that is so impactful to our business that still can build rapport and create a network virtually as we pivot to figure out what's going to happen, that's absolutely useful. So I want to thank you again, Miss Sarah David. Hey, this is
So
Nolan Davis. This is Bio Bootcamp, and I'll be right back with my next person.